Hi, Aries. Hello, hello. Happy December 2019. Yes. So crazy. End of a decade. So how are we deciding, Aries, to wrap up the year? And what are we deciding to not only bring into the new year, but the new decade, into the 2020s? Aries. Jeez, Aries, calm down, would ya? Settle down. So excited. Aries, December 2019. All right, 2 wanted to come out, so I'm playing 2 cards instead of 1. You guys get an extra card. All right, let's see. Let's see, Aries, what do we got? 7 of Pentacles. Followed by the 6 of Swords. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Wow. 3 of Pentacles. I'll explain my wows in a little bit here. 3 of Swords. 9 of Rods. And then here's the 2 cards that came out. You've got the 4 of Cups. Oops. Wrong one. Hangman. 4 of Cups. All right, Aries, give me a sec, okay? I'm going to review these and see what I can come up with for you. December 2019. Let me check it out here. Okay. Okay. So let's start out by taking a look at the 7 of Pentacles here. So 7 of Pentacles is all about Pentacles representing the earthly tangible matters, right? Career, finances, property, health, all the things that are like real down here on planet Earth, right? All of the earthly things. 7 of Pentacles is about planting seeds and being in that transitional state where you're kind of assessing a plan and assessing what it is that you have and what you have to work with. And it's kind of a little bit of a planning and assessment phase, right? It's the initiation. It's taking a look at what you have and what you believe it can grow into. Underneath that, we have the 6 of Swords, which is a card about moving away from a difficult situation. So in the picture, you can see that they're in choppy waters, but they're heading to smoother waters, right? The Swords being the mental, logical communication suite. This is all about, hey, you know what? The things that have been stressing me out or the things that haven't been working, I'm going to make some decisions and I'm going to like move myself out of that situation. So there's a lot of assessment going on with the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles is like taking the opportunity to really evaluate where you are, what you have, what you believe can grow, and what it can grow into. And the Six of Swords is about making a decision to go into a new direction, a better direction, a more balanced direction. Next, you have the Three of Pentacles. This is all about building something beautiful, using creativity, possibly like even like within a partnership or group, you know, creating something. Pentacles again, being Earth. So what are you manifesting? What are you building, Aries, in the month of December? What are you working towards? Because you have you're in the process of assessing what it is that you have right now and where you feel like it's going to lead. There's something beautiful that you're trying to build. It takes skill, it takes craftsmanship, it takes creativity, it takes an eye for beauty. What is it, Aries, that you're thinking about? What do you have your focus on building? What do you have your focus on creating? What are you moving away from? Because let me tell you something, Aries, if you're working on creating something and you're really taking a look at what you have, ain't nobody got time for any kind of, crazy, anxious mental anxiety. You know, I think another reason why you might be focusing on some type of creative project is to get yourself out of that frame of mind, right? You're too busy for that. You're deciding to leave it behind. It's the same kind of concept with the Three of Swords. This is deciding, no matter, how hard it hurts, to let go of a previous situation that has disappointed you and not serving its purpose anymore. It's about, making the decision to walk away from that regardless of how hard it is, or even if you're not sure exactly where you're going to go. It's about leaving this type of energy behind, Aries, and focusing on something good and focusing on something real. Because what you thought was legit wasn't. And you recognize that, regardless of how much it hurts your heart to leave a situation that's not working for you, you have to do it. You've got to do it because you've got things. You've got things. Sometimes we get like so stuck up in here, round and round and round, like I call them brain monkeys, right? Asking all the questions. How, when, where, what. But when you have the pentacles like this coming up in your reading, it's time to get your hands in there, right? Get your hands in the dirt, work with it. And this is a great thing for Aries to do. This helps you focus, right? Aries doesn't do good contemplating mumbo jumbo in their mind. They need action. They need to do it. They need to do something in order to feel good about where they're progressing and where they're going. It's a good time in the month of December, Aries, not to be thinking about things so much, but to actually be doing things and working towards goals, moving away mentally from things that have been disappointing and things that just didn't cut it, and actually physically working towards goals and aspirations. Yeah. What a perfect, I mean, what a perfect correlation for the end of the year, right? Because this is what this is about. It's leaving behind the old and the things that haven't worked or the things that have been disappointing, even extremely hurtful. with the Three of Swords, right? The Three of Swords is the heartache card. That's what it is. And regardless of how much something hurts, it's the choice to it's over. It's over. It's time to leave it behind and move on. And even if you guys have felt like you've been forced to do that in some way, shape, or another, it's all good. Even if you felt like it was forced, or even if you felt like you weren't ready to leave it quite behind, it's time. It's time. It's a new year. You guys have goals. You have aspirations. You have creativity. You have inspiration. And it's time to just occupy yourself with that instead of things that don't work. Okay. Next, we have the Nine of Rods. So if you look at this guy, like this guy's been through it, right? This is all about like defending what you've worked so hard for, right? And you're almost there, okay? It's a struggle. Like this guy's tired, he's wounded. If you can see the house in the background, at some point or another, he's felt like he's had to defend that somehow, like financially. He's worked his ass off, physically. It's just, this card is just about like hanging in there. It's telling you, hang on, you didn't fight for this for nothing. There's a reason that you've struggled through this and that you're still standing after everything that you've gone through. Like there's a reason for this. So hang on, right? 10 would be the end of a cycle and 9 is almost there, right? This guy's still standing up. He's tired, he's worn out, he's tired of defending what he's worked so hard for, but yet he continues to stand, right? Continue, keep it up. Keep it up, Aries. uh, you know, try to let go of things that kind of wear you down and take your strength and make you like exhausted, and focus on projects that you want going forward, that you know for sure, with observation and clear thinking, that are going to grow into something. They're going to grow into something. If there's energies in your life this month, Aries, that are stagnant and not going anywhere, and all they do is fester and cause pain and disappointment, it's time to take the focus off that situation and focus more on what you do have, what you can grow, what you can create. You guys can do it. You've been on a little bit of a road here lately with the Nine of Rods. You guys have definitely had to stand your ground, and maybe even fight for the things that you want, or you feel like that, that sometimes they're not coming as easily or as quickly. Especially with the energy underneath the Nine of Rods, you have a major arcana card, and it's called the Hangman. So the Hangman is freaking annoying. This is an annoying card. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Um, but there's a reason for it nonetheless, right? The Hangman represents stagnancy, things standing still, things not progressing, things not moving. It's a period of time where reflection is needed. And again, you kind of have that with the Seven of Pentacles. It's a time for reassessing, right? It's a time for, okay, so I had to leave this situation behind. I had to leave this hope or dream behind and let it go, no matter how hurtful it was. This is the energy I'm coming from, which, quite frankly, Aries needs it. It requires some rest. Okay. In order to refocus after going through heartache or disappointment, or something of the sort like that, you have to give yourself time for that cycle to naturally end before you can come into a new cycle with a clear head. So maybe, Aries, for the month of December, it would be a really good idea for you guys to just get used to the fact that you're leaving the old behind, and that you no longer have to think about that, or have anxiety about that, or worry about that. And give yourself a little bit of time to get used to thinking about what you do have, what you do have, what you can work with, right? Start thinking about making some plans. What can I do? So maybe I'm disappointed because I can't do this. I can't do what I wanted to, or it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It's not the situation that I feel like I should be in right now, right? But take a look at everything that you do have. When you start to change your perspective like that and you start focusing on what you do have and what you can create with what you do have, it's amazing the things that you're able to come up with. If you switch your focus, if you switch your focus like that, instead of being disappointed with things that, didn't work out for whatever reason, think about what you do have and what you can create from that. But either way, the hangman represents that time of stagnation that, quite frankly, Aries, it's probably needed right now, even though it might be frustrating and you're just ready for the new year to come in and you're ready for new energies to come in and you've had it with freaking 2019. See ya later. Don't miss ya. You guys have had it, you're ready, but there is a time that's needed to get yourself in the frame of mind to tackle 2020, to tackle, the next decade, the new decade. There has to be a perspective change. There has to be a different way of looking at things. And sometimes the best way for that to happen is for things to slow down. And with the hangman, you guys might think it's like slowing down to a screeching freaking halt, like it's just nothing's happening. I understand that can be frustrating. The hangman can be a very frustrating energy, but the bottom line is it's needed. It's needed for reassessment and it's needed for rest because, you guys, with the 9 of Rods, you guys have been working pretty hard, okay? You've been working hard. You've been through it, maybe emotionally, physically, and mentally, okay? Trying to keep everything together. So what comes when you have the hangman energy and that stagnancy? And Aries doesn't really like to be stagnant for that long. Aries is an action sign. You don't like to be in this still quiet space for that long. It's like almost maddening. It's almost maddening. Aries has to go. You have to go. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. And so with the hangman, here you go. Here's what comes with it. And you guys can expect this. This is not a surprise. It's 4 of Cups. So just take a look at this card. This is like totally representative of like, Christmas and everything, right? You've got like relatives around you and happy people celebrating and food galore and everything that you could like possibly want, where you should be completely happy, but you're just like bored, right? La da da. Here's another holiday, and I don't have what I want, and I didn't get what I wanted, and I'm disappointed, and I'm just not having any of it. Blah. Everything's the same. Nothing's changing. I'm not satisfied. Blah. Blah blah blah. That's okay. I mean, you guys might deal with that a little bit this month, and again, it's needed. Allow yourself to be bored this month, Aries. Okay. Allow yourself to be bored and rest up. Why? Because you've got things to do. You've got things to do in 2020, okay? You've got things to create and you've got things to build. And sometimes when we're so active and we're running around and we're doing this and we're doing that, we don't have time to contemplate what we have or to plan or to rethink, right? Because we're too busy. We're keeping ourselves too busy. Allow yourself to be bored. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to remove obstacles that are no longer serving their purpose and refocus on what it is that you do have start to think about what you can do with what you do have. Okay, how you can build that, how you can manifest, what can you create. But allow yourself to be a little bit bored. But Aries, bottom line is, I do want you to open your eyes this month and take a look around you and really look at everything that you do have and be grateful for that, versus looking at, what's not happening or what didn't happen. There's, there's no time, Aries. Allow yourself to just rest and just recharge, because 2020 is going to bring in a lot of action for you, a lot of creativity, new projects, new passions. Okay, let's go ahead and get an advice card for you here. It's so funny. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. It's really not funny, but when I pulled that hangman for Aries of all signs, it's like, oh, Lord. Ew. Aries doesn't like that kind of stagnance. So boring. That's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down, Aries. Everything that you've worked so hard for, the things that are left, the things that haven't been lost, that's what you're going to figure out how to manifest. That's what you're going to build from. That's the foundation. Don't even trip on it. Found you. All right. See what we got here. What do we got? Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity and ego, you begin to see through the eyes of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind, in alignment with divine intelligence, is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Well, Aries, if that doesn't freaking sum it up. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about like changing your perspective a little bit this month. Allow yourself time to do that. You guys are going to do great. You're going to do great in the month of December. It's just a transitional period. It's a pause in action that's most needed, and you guys will work through it. It might get a little bit frustrating here and there, but you guys are going to come out better on the other side. You're going to come out refreshed and ready to go with new ideas and a new perspective, right? Yeah, I like that. I like it. Um, by the way, I have had quite a few people ask me about personal readings. I am going to start doing personal readings. I'm doing them starting in January. I'm super excited. So I will keep you guys up to date on that. I'll probably explain a little bit more about it in next month's readings. If you like my videos, if it resonated with you, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you want to keep on seeing my videos on a monthly basis, hit the subscribe button. Both of those activities help to grow my channel. As you guys know, or as you can see, this is a spanking new tarot channel, and I'm so excited. I know, Aries, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you guys are going to be coming into 2020 swinging. All right. Love you. See you next time. Take care.